So with the release of the GoPro Hero 8, everybody is trying to find the best settings to record. For me, I record at 4K, and these are the settings that I've been using. From the previous clip, you saw a low light condition recording. I am struggling with low light conditions, but this is kind of half decent natural light, and these are the settings that I use. So make sure you stick around and copy the settings effectively word for word to get similar results. If you're recording in like super high bright situations, for example in direct sunlight, then you should probably change some of these settings or maybe leave them on auto to see what it does. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Here we have the new GoPro 8 Black Edition, and in this video I want to talk about the best settings for 4K that I have found so far. The first thing to do when you get your GoPro is, if you've placed a screen protector on them like I have, you can find the link to those in my previous video. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that the screen is nice and clean. As you can see on mine, if we get the reflection of the light, there's a few fingerprints on there. So make sure you clean those off first. So the first thing we're going to do is, at the moment I have this in cinematic mode. So if you just tap that, again I have a screen protector on the back of it, so my sensitivity might be a little bit worse than yours. So here we have all the different settings. You can scroll through them as you wish. For me, I record at 4K in the cinematic mode, so I then just tap the little pencil. For me, my resolution is 4K at 30 frames per second. You can have 60 if you want. Just make sure when you render your video out, you actually export in the frame rate. For me, I only render in 30 frames per second, so having 60 isn't really worth it for me. So 4K at 30. The different types of lenses there are, again, you can play around with these settings, but for me, I like the 19 by 39mm. So let's select that. Hyper smooth is completely up to you. For me, I like it on the new boost mode. However, cropping is quite extreme. So for me, I'm going to leave on hyper smooth 2.0. If we head down to the Pro Tune, for me, the high bitrate setting I have set to high. The file sizes do become quite enormous. About 30 seconds of footage with the settings I'm using is about 400 megabytes, which is quite extreme. If you want less quality, obviously just slide it down. I kind of leave these settings as stock. For me, the sharpness is too high on GoPros, so make sure you set it down to medium. In post-production, you can change these and add sharpness in the editor that you use. For cinematic, these are the shots I have. I haven't changed that much, just the shutter speed and the ISO minimum. The max is still the same, I've changed the sharpness. For me, that gives me the best cinematic shots. I only ever use this mode, but leave your comments down below if you've tried other things and they've worked, to help other people out. Until the next video, which will probably be a car video, thanks for checking the video out.